Welcome back to Stoic Mentalism. Picture this. You've reached your golden years, finally free, lighthearted, and at peace. This phase of life is all about enjoying what truly matters, surrounded by loved ones, and immersing yourself in the hobbies you cherish, all with a sense of tranquility. Sounds like the dream, right? Yet for many, this period is marred by worries, regrets, and even loneliness. Today, I'm here to share some common mistakes you should avoid to ensure that your golden years are lived with wisdom, security, and happiness. But before we dive into it, like this video if you're intrigued by Stoic wisdom, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more insightful tips and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," so we can welcome you. Let's begin with the first mistake, perhaps the most widespread: neglecting your health. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that aging means an inevitable decline and that there's little you can do to stop it. But nothing could be further from the truth. Proactively taking care of your health, both physically and mentally, is crucial. Regular checkups, a balanced diet, and exercise that you actually enjoy can make all the difference. And let's not forget about mental health. Engage in activities that keep your mind sharp. Read, play strategy games, or even challenge yourself to learn a new skill. After all, whoever said that learning stops at a certain age? Aging is inevitable, but how you age is up to you, and that choice starts now. The second mistake is underestimating the power of financial planning. While money may not buy happiness, financial insecurity can certainly rob you of peace of mind. Don't wait until your 70s to think about retirement. Start planning early. Set up a budget, and don't hesitate to consult a financial advisor if needed. And if you're already in your golden years, it's never too late to adjust your financial course. Protect your assets, invest wisely, and always maintain an emergency fund. Remember, this chapter of life should be about enjoying tranquility, not worrying about unpaid bills. Another mistake, all too common, is withdrawing from social connections. As we age, it can be tempting to retreat from social circles, whether out of fear, distrust, or simply feeling like we're no longer understood. But staying socially engaged is key to happiness. Nurture friendships, join groups, and seek out new experiences. If loneliness creeps in, find activities that bring you together with people who share your interests. After all, you've accumulated a lifetime of stories and wisdom. There's so much you still have to share, and even more to learn from others. By avoiding these mistakes, you can make sure your golden years truly live up to their name. Don't fall into the trap of believing that age is a barrier to happiness. Many people approach their later years as the closing chapter of their lives, but I'm here to tell you that it's actually the beginning of a vibrant new phase, one that can be just as fulfilling as any other. Forget the stereotypes. You can still explore new horizons, travel, learn a new language, fall in love, or pursue a long-deferred dream. Stay flexible, stay curious, and most importantly, stay open to the endless possibilities that life continues to offer. Now here's something that can profoundly change how you experience your golden years: your attitude. That's right, the way you approach aging makes all the difference. Don't get stuck in limiting beliefs that aging only brings decline. Yes, your body changes, but it's still an amazing machine capable of adapting to new realities. Try activities that respect your limits but also challenge you in exciting ways, like Pilates, dancing, outdoor walks, or even yoga, and never underestimate the transformative power of an open mind. A positive and resilient outlook might just be the ultimate secret to a long and happy life. Another key point: don't get trapped in living only in the past. Sure, it's natural to look back fondly on life's happy moments, but dwelling too much in nostalgia can stop you from fully enjoying the present. Find a healthy balance between cherishing memories and creating new ones. Try new hobbies, make new friends, and visit new places. Keep a gratitude journal and continue setting goals and dreaming big, because yes, you should absolutely still dream. Retirement doesn't mark the end of your story. Rather, it's the start of a new chapter, rich with opportunities for reinvention and rediscovery. Speaking of reinvention, don't underestimate the importance of staying active and engaged. Retirement doesn't mean you're done contributing. In fact, you've gained a lifetime of wisdom and experience. Why not share it? Volunteer for a cause that inspires you, mentor the younger generation, or even take up teaching. Staying active and involved isn't just good for you. It's a way of remaining connected to the world and leaving a lasting impact. Of course, there's also the need to be mindful of safety as you age. We often feel invincible, but the reality is that some aspects of life can become more challenging with age. Adapt your home to prevent falls, use safety devices when necessary, and maintain open lines of communication with trusted family and friends. Also, stay vigilant against scams and fraud, which unfortunately often target seniors. Stay informed about the latest threats, and never give out personal or financial information unless you're sure of who you're dealing with. Security brings peace of mind, and your golden years deserve to be lived in tranquility. And finally, never lose your sense of humor. Life is unpredictable, and being able to laugh at its surprises, even its challenges, can be the perfect remedy. Laughter releases endorphins, lifts your mood, and even boosts your immune system. So don't be afraid to embrace your inner child, laugh at yourself, tell jokes, or indulge in a favorite comedy. Joy is infectious, and a light heart can brighten not only your days but also those of the people around you. Remember, aging gracefully, safely, and joyfully isn't about resisting old age, it's about embracing it, along with all the possibilities that come with it. Take control of your life, be kind to yourself, and make choices that prioritize your health, your relationships, your safety, and above all, your happiness. Aging is a privilege, and how you live your later years is entirely up to you. Your journey continues, and there's still so much to experience, learn, and celebrate. It all begins with the choices you make today, so embrace them wisely. But before we dive deeper, can I ask a quick favor? If you're enjoying what you're hearing, show us some love by hitting that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, now is the right time to stay updated with our latest video. Oh, and one more thing, drop a quick "I subscribe" down in the comments, and I'll be sure to give you a warm welcome to our awesome family. Let's keep the conversation rolling. Let me share something I've learned over my 78 years of life, something few have the courage to discuss: sex in our later years. Surprised? Well, believe it or not, more and more people our age are rediscovering pleasure, but they often overlook one critical aspect: proper care and protection, especially when it comes to oral sex. Yes, you heard me right. There are risks that many of us never even consider. And that's why it's important we talk about it. I'll admit I never stopped to think about sexual infections at this stage of life, especially those transmitted through oral sex. You hear all about it when you're younger, but it's like after a certain age, people act like our sexuality just disappears. But we know that's not the case, don't we? The truth is, a lack of information can lead to real dangers. I've had friends who, due to ignorance, ended up with infections that could have been easily avoided if only someone had started the conversation. So I figured, if no one else is talking about it, I will. Not as an expert, but as someone eager to learn and share what I discover. Together, we can explore how to care for our sexual health with the same dedication and love we apply to other areas of life. I began researching, reading, and do you know what I found? Many sexual infections can indeed be transmitted through oral sex, even some that are lesser known. We're talking herpes, HPV, gonorrhea, chlamydia, the list goes on. And the most surprising part? Most of us never even consider that these infections can affect us in our later years. Why? Maybe it's because society tends to tell us that pleasure is only for the young, but we know better, right? Here's why this conversation is so important. Protection isn't just for the young. Condoms, oral protection barriers, these are things we should all be thinking about if we want to enjoy our sexuality safely. I know it might feel strange or unnecessary, but it's essential. For example, oral protection barriers can be a very effective way to protect yourself during oral sex, yet how many people our age even know they exist? I sure didn't until I started looking into it. We need to demystify these issues. We should be talking about them openly with our friends, our partners, our doctors. We have every right to keep living fully, but we also deserve to do so safely and healthily. And there's something else I discovered that should have us all on alert. Sexual infections don't always present clear symptoms, especially at our age. Often the signs are so subtle that they're mistaken for something else, like allergies or general discomfort, which can delay diagnosis and treatment. One of my friends went for months before realizing she had an infection because she thought her symptoms were just temporary malaise. This is why we need to stay vigilant. Don't brush off any change in your body. Regular checkups and testing should be part of our routine, just like taking care of our hearts and bones. And you might be wondering, what can I do to protect myself while still enjoying this phase of life fully and safely? The answer is simple. Knowledge is power. We need to stay informed about prevention methods, the protection options available, and the signs our bodies might be sending us. We shouldn't be embarrassed or afraid to talk to our doctors openly about our concerns, to ask for tests, or to educate ourselves. At the end of the day, prevention is always better than cure. So let's continue living our lives to the fullest, but let's do it with the wisdom and care we've gained over the years. After all, it's never too late to prioritize our health, our happiness, and our well-being. Another essential aspect of maintaining a fulfilling life as we age is building a strong support network. Talking about sexual health with our friends, sharing experiences, asking questions, and most importantly, listening to others. This is where health truly begins. It's not just about discussing things with a doctor. It's about open communication with those closest to us. Talk to your partner about protection, boundaries, and what brings you comfort and joy. These conversations are key to cultivating a healthy relationship at any stage of life. Don't shy away from expressing your needs or establishing boundaries. It's never too late to learn together. Let me tell you, when you start to understand your own body, your desires, and the ways to protect yourself, an incredible sense of confidence begins to grow. You start living more fully, more freely, without fear or hesitation, because living well means living safely, without guilt or outdated taboos, and embracing the freedom to choose what's best for yourself. So, my friends, never stop taking care of yourselves. Stay curious, seek knowledge, ask questions, have open conversations, and most importantly, don't let age define your experience. Life doesn't end as we grow older. It evolves. And we have the power to shape this transformation into a phase of wisdom, pleasure, and deep happiness. Prevention is an act of self-love, after all. And while we're having this open discussion, I want to share another lesson I've learned over the years: the value of self-care and self-love. It's not just about protecting our physical health, but also about nurturing our emotional and mental well-being. What good is it to care for the body if we neglect the heart and mind? Sometimes in the rush of life, we forget to look within and ask ourselves what truly brings us happiness and peace. A vital part of self-care is allowing yourself to experience pleasure and intimacy consciously and safely. For the longest time, I believed that certain pleasures were no longer meant for me. But I've come to realize that pleasure knows no age. It's all about understanding yourself, protecting your health, and respecting your own needs. Whether you're exploring new ways to experience joy or learning how to use protective measures that ensure your well-being, the key is allowing yourself to fully embrace all the sensations life has to offer, without guilt or fear. One thing that truly helped me was practicing self-love every day. Loving yourself means recognizing your worth, caring for your body with tenderness, and looking in the mirror with pride, even with all the marks that life has left behind. It also means giving yourself permission to say yes to what brings you happiness and no to what no longer serves you. As the saying goes, we live fully when we learn to say no without guilt. I couldn't agree more. Saying no to guilt, fear, and outdated prejudices is essential for our health, safety, and happiness. So, did you enjoy this conversation about health and pleasure in later life? If so, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with anyone who could benefit from these tips. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from and what you think. I'd love to hear from you. And before you go, don't miss the next video that's already popping up on your screen. Click it for more incredible tips on living well and with joy. See you in the next video.